is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Rebels will kick it away to start us off. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bulldogs offense will come out first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance, just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from any...
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down, still moving. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same...
Free up the gut! And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. And back to the air on second down. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
I'm a big believer in taking shots early in the game and being aggressive and showing my team I got confidence in them. Let's go make plays. First drive, already taking shots down the field. Nice job, nice pitch, nice catch.
He'll do it himself. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on it.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Ole Miss offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollack, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the Honey Badger before the Honey Badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm.
They came ready to play, guys. Offense goes right down the field on their first drive to score a touchdown. Now their defense is playing lights out. Second sack of this opening drive. And one thing this coach does a great job of, he gets his team ready to go, and you're seeing it here on the big stage.
He'll return it from around the 50. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Here's the handoff. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He's going to run it across the 35. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll leave it with him. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. The option look. He'll pull it on the read. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. And the big dog got him again. And Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts. And year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but the double guys, the guys that get double sacks in a game, double-digit sacks in this.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Well, this defense came into the game knowing this quarterback was elusive and he could shake guys and make them miss, but you see the speed and athleticism they have on defense. Nice job getting to the quarterback there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got it in the middle, it's DeLuca. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. And the Rebels line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. To the air on first down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to...
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab on the right. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. So first down here as they go back to work. He'll keep it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So now it's second and long. Caught behind the line. It's DeLuca. Oh, he's got some space. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Encroachment defense.
Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's second and 5. Just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. The Rebels, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Grab behind the line. It's Clark. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He's loose down the middle. Defense got it. They're on the run. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Bulldogs. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was. When that ball came free, he saw it immediately, was able to scoop it, show you the speed. He takes it back for a long touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Hand off from the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Gets it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about... the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Here we go, here we go. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Fires to the wideout. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Georgia!
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Buffalo is in front. They've represented Western New York so well today, but they still have to finish the job, and that's not a given. They're up by 7 over Michigan State. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback in the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Route.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. There he goes. Open it up. Oh, what a cut. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This field position better than you could ever hope for. 1st and goal from the 8. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Leaves it with the running back.